Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stump back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at Sentamaru over on the Free Spirit team in PvP. One of the newest PvP characters to release in the last couple of weeks. I haven't been around to actually doing the Free Spirit showcase, just I've been caught up with life and trashing out all that fun stuff. But Sentamaru's a fantastic character. He goes on both the Strength and the Free Spirit team. I did a showcase on the Strength team. He slots in there pretty nicely. And he also slots in pretty nicely on the Free Spirit team. He gives level 6 HP, defense at level 6. He gives himself a shield. And then when a teammate is defeated, Strength and Free Spirit teammates get CT up speed at level 3, which is very, very good for those hard hitters. Good bench units like Odin, Kinemon, Dendro, stuff like that. So, very, very nice stuff. His Rumble special is great because he gives the highest attack teammate level 10 attack, level 10 speed, and level 5 CD. He then reduces special bind reduction by 20 seconds. So if anyone's special bind, he removes that by 20 seconds. And then the lowest HP unit gets 4,000 damage and targets self for a shield of level 3. The upside to the character too is he's immune to special bind. And then if you're hitting a dex character with this 4,000, it actually goes up to 5,200, I believe. So pretty nice stuff. He's a 20 cost unit. 24 cooldowns, like he's very, very good in the front lines. And in today's video, we're going to throw him on the Free Spirit team. It looks a little bit like this. Free Spirit have like damage over time, but with the release of this particular character giving that extra attack to Luffy, who is one of the newer buffs to the Free Spirit team, and then stuff like the level limit break 5 of the 6+ waifu, you can do some fantastic things. And we're going to take him into the 3 hardest challenges: the Slasher, the Powerhouse DEX, and the new Strength fight, and we're going to take those down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. And with that said, let's dive in. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start off with the Strength fight. This one actually is fairly challenging. Now, there is ways to take it down with particular teams, but if you're just going to go in here with some of like the most meta-based teams, you're going to be in for a bit of a wild ride, because there are a lot of characters on these teams that do some fantastic things. The level limit break 5 of Uta gives a lot of cooldown reduction, a lot of healing. You have Kobe and his cooldown reduction and his haste ability. And then when you have the Luffy hitting as hard... What did I do? My bad. When you have the Luffy hitting as hard as he actually is, like, you got to be very, very careful and very, very mindful that the enemy can like definitely take you down very, very quickly, even with some pretty good investments. So again, just be mindful of that. But we did get some pretty good luck. We got some pretty good RNG. We did take a Luffy special right off the bat from Kobe. Kobe gave the haste. Uta gave the cooldown reduction. So we do eat a Luffy special in the first 25 seconds. And that's what this fight can actually do. Sentamaru unfortunately got blown away. He got demolished. But as you can see, the rest of the team ate it pretty nicely. Because it was very early, we didn't have to worry about the Jack HP cut. We didn't have to worry about oh my god, I touched the button again. That's my bad. I keep forgetting this is pre-recording. Sorry about that. Because we don't have to worry about the Jack HP cut, the Luffy shot, it's basically just like a raw, alright, we have full HP, let's see how we go. So that's kind of like the best time to take the Luffy shot, or just kill Luffy before he even goes. Sometimes that'll happen. Kobe won't even haste Luffy, and you can just get very lucky. You can get the confusion off with the waifus. But the waifus have a shield, which is great, so they're kind of a little bit protected. And then obviously Luffy has his revives. Then with Roger Rayleigh Gaban, you really want to protect Roger Rayleigh Gaban and Luffy on the wings. You don't want to get hit with stuff like halve stats. You don't want to get hit with stuff like special bind and all those very annoying mechanics. So hiding them works well. Roger Rayleigh Gaban only need to get hit by 2 specials, which is very easy to do, funny enough. You don't have to sort of put them in the front lines. They do give themselves more defense, but like I said, you do want them kind of protected from those types of buffs and those kind of annoying abilities. As you can see, we have Odin, Kinemon, Dendro on the bench for this particular team. Again, Sentamaru got blown away, so it's hard to talk about him here, but he did his job. Like, him and Pizarro in the front, the 2 PvP legends, they did their job to sort of bring in stuff like Kuzan and bring in Odin, Kinemon, Dendro for a little bit more damage in the back end. Ideally, you kind of want someone else to die and not Sentamaru, because then Sentamaru is going to give the cooldown reduction to the entire team, and whilst he's alive, that passive just runs as a level 3 cooldown reduction buff just passively, which is absolutely massive. But look, lo and behold, it wasn't meant to be for this particular run, so... Not the end of the world, because we actually still got the dub. Characters like Luffy going and getting in clutch, getting some kills. I think killing that Luffy there with our Luffy was pretty much like the draw to winning. On top of taking out Uta very, very early, because then we didn't have to worry about the Uta Super Special. The Uta Super Special is very, very pesky. 50% cooldown reduction, massive 50% heal, like healing over time. Like Uta does so much for the squad. that you have to be very, very careful when you go up against her. Moving on to the Powerhouse DEX fight now. With this fight, I actually brought Kinemon, Dendro, Odin into the front, and I dropped Pizarro to the bench. The reason I do that is because Pizarro has a tendency to special bind characters, and that can be a bit detrimental when you're going up against stuff like Kaido. It allows Kaido to go in the last 50 seconds, which is exactly where he wants to go. And then with Odin, Kinemon, Dendro, he has the ability to force out driven characters, which is just amazing. Like, you exactly what you want. Take out driven characters, force them out, and then you can get the easy dubs. This is a prime example of the fact that Free Spirit are still lacking really good damage. And Nami, Karina, they're fantastic, but I do find that this Waifu 6+ is just better for offensive-based builds, because that confusion can just win you games. And at the end of the day, it's all about winning. The rollback's nice, but like, it doesn't always win you games. It'll time out games very easily, but that's not getting you the win, so it's a bit unfortunate. So Nami Karina is a good option, but unfortunately, obviously, Nami is in the name there as well. And with this confusion ability, as you guys will see, like stopping Roger, stopping stuff like Kaido, it's very, very powerful. It's an incredibly powerful ability. On top of that, they do really good damage. They have a really good passive. They have shield, like, so the super special goes off, like they just hit really hard. They do really, really well. So Sentamaru, though, he works great on this particular fight. He's great at sort of binking off a unit. He's at low HP after Luffy goes. He gives a massive attack buff to Luffy every time he does his special. Luffy's the one that's getting the cooldown reduction. Luffy's the one that's getting the attack buff, and he's getting the speed, which means that he's getting his special off a lot more frequently, which is exactly what you need to get a little bit more damage potential out when it comes to taking on these particular fights. And you guys will see this fight goes down to like the last 9 seconds, I believe, which is actually pretty pretty tight, but at the same time, like, the fact that you can actually get the win in the last 9 seconds is actually pretty nice as well. Overall, the extra damage that you get from Luffy is pretty much the difference maker, and Sentomaru honestly taking out a few units here, hitting Dex characters for that extra 30% is actually pretty nice as well. All in all, this team has a lot of room to grow. My waifus are level 11 break 4, so their super special isn't exactly at the highest potential. Whilst they are still getting all of the extra buffs with their passives, they still have a higher ceiling. Roger, Ali Gaban, Odin, Kinemon, Dendro, they have super specials level 11 break 5, so the Free Spirit team can just see so much more potential. And that's absolutely wild to think about. The fact that this particular team is already doing so well within the meta and has the potential to do even better is kind of scary, honestly. Like, it's really, really nice to see, and Free Spirit have always been a really fun team. So it's nice to know that we can actually bring different variety of teams into these particular fights and actually have a lot of fun and get some dubs that way. Powerhouse have always been incredibly strong. Driven have always been really, really fun in the meta as well, but now to see Free Spirit back on top, like, Free Spirit were always really good as a defensive-based build. They could do some fun stuff with 5 and 6-man teams, but now with Sentomaru, with characters like Pizarro, the free play Kuzan, and then like just throw Kuma on the bench because Kuma's a beast. You can do some really, really nice things there too. So taking down the Powerhouse fight was actually fairly easy. Obviously, it's very bulky, it's very tanky, it's very reminiscent of the old Pell fight, but at the same time, it wasn't unbeatable, which is always good to see. So that was the Powerhouse fight. We're going to wrap it up with the the Slasher build against, what's his name? Fuji and Green Bull. Now, this particular fight can be a massive nuisance. I always have a little bit of trouble with this particular fight, and that's mainly because the Carrot, Neko, Inu are all level 11 break 5. Roger Rayleigh Gaban is level 11 break 5. And then you also have Odin Kinemon Dendro on the bench, who is also level 11 break 5. So very, very pesky things and very, very annoying abilities that can just sort of destroy your lineups. That's shield that the Sulongs can put up is incredibly pesky. Like, it's ridiculously pesky. The upside to Free Spirit is, though, we have the ability to confuse the Sulongs, and then if you kill them, they don't actually proc their special on death because the confusion will actually take it over. Having Pizarro in the front lines with the confusion ability can be a little bit problematic, because obviously if you special bind and then you confuse, you can have that sort of overlap there. But I believe that the special, like the confusion effect, still actually triggers even if the enemy has the special bind. So if you have a look at Shanks there, he's special bound, and then he gets hit with the confusion, and he actually still loses his special. So even though you have this overlap of 2 abilities, you can actually still get some really fun stuff off. As you can see, Luffy actually killed the Sulongs. The Sulongs would have the ability to just prop their special. However, that didn't go because we have the confusion off there. So really nice stuff. Free Spirit can do some really, really cool things, taking down some really, really pesky abilities. They've got a lot of tricks in their bag. They've got special binding, they've got halve stats, they've got confusion, they've got damage now, and they've got speed, which is really, really good to see. The bench is really strong, and Free Spirits, like I said, they've always had those issues with not having that Free Spirit bench, not having that 8-man team, but now you have other options like 6+ Gear 5 Luffy, you could run Zoro, you could run Brook, you have other characters at your disposal to just sort of slot in. Now, this is the way I like to run Free Spirit. Is this the best Free Spirit team in the game? Maybe, maybe not. Like, it just, yeah, you have options. Like, Nami Karina is awesome. Hell, you can even run a Tama. I know in Grand Party, running that sort of bulkier build with the revives of Brook and Zoro and Otama's healing and stuff like that can do really wonderful things. But once the worldwide celebration comes around at the end of the month and we get the return of Oden Kinemon Denjiro, Roger Eli Gaban, Big Mom Katakuri, Kaido and King, we're going to start seeing some of these teams do some really disgusting things, because once you start getting these characters to level into Break 5, their specials just become just absolutely bonkers. Well, super specials anyway. However, in my opinion, look, no character is worth 10 posters or 9 posters. 5 posters, definitely swing it. 100% swing the 5 posters. But I feel like getting the character to a max potential before you start throwing in the max amount of posters to get these characters maxed out is going to be the play. Because at the end of the day, if you get like the final type of Roger Eli Gaban max, they're going to do better things in PvP on top of having those extra posters as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully if you guys get the waifus down the line, you run them, you'll see how wonderful they are. If you ever do pull PvP Sentomaru, you can do some fun stuff there. But remember, like, you don't really need him per se. Kuzen's a great option in the front. You've got Oden Kinemon Denjiro there. Free Spirits have a bunch of different options. But that's Sentomaru and the Free Spirit team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, but like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks!